first place list. I took first place at Warp Storm here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I will be going through some of the key cards, some of the ratios, and yeah, let's just get right into it. So, right away for the 1-drops, we are looking at Hidden Cove. We are looking at 3 of the green Diablo, and we're looking at 4 of the purple Diablo. So I do consider Cove to be a 1-drop, even though it is a location, especially on the draw to steal, playing the Cove sometimes first, and then playing this Diablo, and then putting him in there. That makes sure that the shift basically lives, especially if you're on the draw and their singer or the cannons can come out, you know, in response almost immediately. Obviously, this one, top decking it, is a little bit worse, and so the purple one is at 4, because in any scenario of the game, whether it be putting it into crab, and or before, you know, board wipes, preemptively it's like Sisu or B prep, and if they don't clear it, obviously it quests for 1 or 2 if I'm putting 2 of them, or it just replaces itself in my hand. So super standard there for the shift, and the Cove for the shift as well. It also corrects a lot of math, so you don't always need crab and things, especially, you know, into daisies and things like that, and some of my evasive packages. So that one is pretty quick and simple. Going into the 2-drops though, you obviously need 4 Little Ursula. It's just a key card in almost every matchup this meta, right? And in any green deck, honestly. I mean, she strips a song, she lets you see, you know, a lot of the information, and she's a 2-drop to sing songs. So Ursula, super standard, love her. You know, you can bounce it back with Fox and things like that. So super good card. Absolutely need it, especially in mirrors and steel. So this one's pretty controversial, but I do go for the 4 evasive Diablos in my losing matchup of Blurple and Ruby Amethyst evasives. This little Diablo standing, you know, upright, puts a lot of pressure. It trades into almost everything, and a little bit of crab or Cove puts it in range to kill a genie and also stay alive. So this card with Cove is just a crazy killer that does not have vanish, you know, for actions, you know, for cheap actions that people try to run. I think this is definitely a 4 of, especially even on curve. It just gives you 2 targets for Diablo later in the game as well, especially if you don't open it. Like later in the game, you can just find it, and then, oh, I do have a little Diablo on board. So combatant wise though, this card is pretty amazing. So that is it for the 2-drops. For the 3-drops, which I believe is the most key in this deck, is a 2 of Lyle. Any less, you don't find it. Any more, it's too clunky. 2 is perfect. Lyle is absolutely insane. You cannot go wrong with him. You give somebody Reckless, and whenever one of your things die, they lose lore, right? And a lot of your things are small. A lot of your things are going to be buffed by Cricky and Crab, and they're going to suicide for trades. And so the ability to suicide for trades, get a card back, you know, if it's Diablo and things like that, and then have the opponent lose lore, especially when you're a very responsive deck, if you're not drawing the nuts. Lyle has overperformed by huge margins. So super good card. Super good card, and I cannot stress enough. Similarly though, Crab at 4. Crab is absolutely insane. If they overlook it, you're going to clear something for free. If they don't respect it, it can be bounced back, you know, even better. Crab can trade into a Smee, die, give its effect to something else to then clear something else. I mean, the possibilities with Crab are endless. It's sad that this will likely not be reprinted, but if it is, I will likely be rocking green-purple again in a tempo version. It's just an absolutely insane card. I mean, Crab is the core of this deck almost, and without Crab, I think you definitely get chewed out by a lot of the bad matchups. Similarly, we have Fox. This one's pretty self-explanatory. It's the bounce, you know, all those effects. Sometimes I'd crash with Lyle, and because I didn't really want him tapped, just go for Fox, go back for Lyle, get the Reckless again later in the game. Ursula to strip, the Crab for the effects, give this to 7, stack 6 on a single Diablo to take out the Rhino. The possibilities are endless. This for locations, Queen's Castle, Library, and Manor are super present in the meta, and so 3 Fox has been amazing over Peter Pan. It was a gamble, but again, that is why I run the four little Diablos here, to fix that Peter Pan issue. Because of the structure of the deck, I do only run 2 Prince Johns. I want to find the discard engine later. This has not backfired on me at all. I'm drawing a lot of cards. I'm prioritizing the lever draw engine, and I'm finding John in the late game when I finally have a stockpile of discard, and he has been amazing at 2. At 2, he does not get clunky. You find him in the late game when you've stockpiled the discard. He has not backfired in this way, so super good at 2. I don't like relying too much on the discard engine, especially since I've found other ways to play. 4 Big Diablo, self-explanatory, you need to have him in there. Insane, absolutely insane. 4 Genie, this is for the evasive battles with Blurple. Super tanky body. 2/4 Crab, questing for 2, super important. Same thing with Blurple. Having that Iago is absolutely necessary. 4/6, especially in games where they do not have actions to target things. Iago is absolutely insane. It will always demand a Hades, especially in the Blurple matchup. Pretty insane. This package in itself is enough to handle a lot of evasives. So Diablo, Genie, Iago. But to top it off, especially with when things get aggressive and you can't really establish Lyle, the 4 Elsa, also super explanatory. Just self-explanatory. 5 willpower, 2 attack, crab, turning things sideways. Just an amazing card that you see everywhere. And then absolute power player, 2 Cricky. 2 Cricky for board wipes. I mean, it's your beat prep. It is super good. Questing for 3 is no joke. Sometimes this will just go down and steal a game all on its own. So super good card in the top end. And obviously for John and our Checkmate engine, we have the 7 Chills. Again, super explanatory, self-explanatory. Friends on the other side, need to draw those cards. My favorite, 4 Pull the Levers. You need to see this to set up the wrong lever almost every time. The option to draw 2 or discard 1 is super relevant. A lot of the times I will opt to draw 2, and if I have John on board and I have another chill, I know I'm going to draw 2 no matter what. That's when the math adds up and the pull lever can be, the other one. Only 2 wrong levers. Obviously, it needs the setup of the pull the levers, but it's a super powerful card. The thing is, when I ran more, I ran into the issue of seeing it too often without the pull the lever combo, especially since Diablo kind of high rolls it. If you don't high roll it, you need to play it raw. Since you are discard, you can definitely afford the final card in the deck, Bruno at 4, without leaning too heavy on the wrong levers. You need other forms of removal. So your biggest forms of removal of big targets are going to be the Elsa Crab or the Bruno lever. That gives you about 10 ways to remove huge targets. Otherwise, yeah, that is a deck list I took. It is 62 cards, which was actually an accident, but I don't think I would change anything at all. A lot of the cards needed to be seen when they needed to be seen. From inking to drawing to choosing my cards correctly, I think this deck paid off. If anything, I would maybe remove the 2 Iago, as I removed other Iagos and Genies through just math with Crab and Diablo. But yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope that somebody maybe takes this list and wins a set champ of their own. Mine was 5 rounds of Swiss, cut to top 8, so 3 rounds in the top cut. Had bad matchups, had good matchups, but I only lost 1 game in the day, so it was pretty good. Thank you.